says, my body's naked, wishing you was in this bed with me. The ex-boyfriend texts back, LOL, you are crazy, about to call you in a minute.
She told me about the beer, so when you picked me up, why didn't you fair warn me about the liquor before I got home? Why you gonna let me find out about myself? Because you forgot.
I didn't forget too much. It was still there, weren't it? I didn't forget too much.
First, the best friend tells you he slept with your girl.
There's many stuck out of an inner she'd be a porcupine. That's the way I look at it.
That was I just got that. Okay. We want to be respectful in the courtroom.
I'm trying to be respectful. That's why I'll put it nicely.
Miss Conrad, this is really upsetting you now. Why?
Yeah, because it's not true.
It is so true.
I'm not like that.
Because anytime.
Okay, so Mr. Ball.
Come over and have sex. You call me, I'm coming to get my son, but...
Case 1. Miss White insists the only way to keep her family from falling apart is to prove her husband is the father of their 3-year-old daughter. She openly admits to being unfaithful, but desperately hopes that confirmation will make him stay.
Ms. White, you've opened your case because your last and only way to save your marriage and family is to prove to your husband that he fathered your 3-year-old daughter, Savannah.
Yes, sir.
You admit you've cheated in the past, but hope once the results are revealed, your husband will trust you again. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
From the look on her husband's face, the marriage seems almost over. He barely speaks, barely reacts, but it's clear the only thing on his mind is paternity. Deep down, he may love the child, but whether that love is genuine or forced is another story.
The other day she was at my mother's and she woke up and she asked, where's Daddy?
And I can see this is just tearing you apart.
It is.
It's just eating away at you. I can see that. Explain to the court how it has been for 3 years to have doubt.
It's been rough and emotional because when it first all come about to where I had the suspicions, it was she was having an ex-boyfriend come over while I was at work.
One shocking detail revealed was that during a fight with her husband, Miss White actually invited another man to their home. Who does that? It's like adding fuel to a fire that was already out of control.
You just don't have any trust in this relationship.
No, because from a week after we got married until February of this year, I've been catching her cheating constantly.
A week after you got married?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. White, have you been cheating?
Yes, but I have like abandonment issues. I was adopted, so like if he's not showing me the love and affection that I need.
Her reasoning? She blames her behavior on feeling abandoned, but asking for public affection while simultaneously betraying her husband is pure contradiction. It's almost like she's living in an alternate reality.
I found out for sure until she admittedly told me when Savannah was 6 months old that there was a 50-50 chance that Savannah wasn't mine.
And how did you get to a place where you decide you're gonna tell him, Miss White?
We got into an argument and we ended up splitting up, and I was over at my mom's house, and he said the only way I could come back into the house is if I was to admit everything and just be honest.
If anything, her husband has shown nothing but commitment. Many would have walked away the first time cheating was discovered. The fact that he's still present shows he values the family, even though she clearly disrespected that bond.
I was pissed off, but and at the same time, it was kind of a relief because I knew for a fact that it was actually happening. It wasn't just, oh, it's an assumption, I don't know for a fact. But I think more than anything that I was more hurt because I done got attached to her 6 months old.
This man has gone above and beyond working hard, caring for the kids, and making sure Miss White has everything she needs. To repay him with infidelity is cruel. Honestly, he deserves someone who respects his efforts.
This message is proof right here of the most recent is Valentine's Day. She went to another man's house while I'm sitting at the house with the kids.
Well, that's because you didn't even get me anything, and you were just yelling at me. You were treating me like crap and was gonna go to a friend's house, so.
Because you were saying you were going to a park at 9 o'clock at night.
And then came the Valentine's Day fiasco. Instead of spending time with her family, she disappeared to a park late at night. That kind of choice speaks volumes about where her priorities truly lie.
White says, my body's naked, wishing you was in this bed with me. The ex-boyfriend texts back, LOL, you are crazy, about to call you in a minute. Your wife says, LMAO, could you do that for me? Miss White, why are you so quiet? Why are you texting your ex-boyfriend these things?
Because he don't treat me right.
Things only escalated when texts to her ex-boyfriend were revealed. She complained about her marriage and painted her husband as the villain. If he decides to walk away after hearing that, can anyone really blame him?
It says, you can bring me some cigs, LOL, Al's a blank, and give me a Valentine's Day treat, cause Al not gonna do blank. Ex-boyfriend responds, LOL, you are a nut. I'll give you a call when I get a chance. Here in a little bit.
Even Judge Lauren seemed taken aback when Miss White admitted to entertaining other men. If she truly wanted her marriage, why would she be reaching out with suggestive messages? Her actions scream contradiction.
Valentine's Day. How did you find out about this, Mr. White?
When on Valentine's Day, when I found the text message, I took the entire phone. And I still have possession of the phone at my house. That has all the pictures, all the text messages, all the calls, everything.
As if the messages weren't enough, the husband had proof of explicit photos she sent to others. With evidence like that, divorce seems inevitable. Nothing she's done reflects genuine interest in repairing their relationship.
You're saying you're not getting what you need in the marriage. So why not just leave the marriage? Why keep doing this if you are gonna engage in this type of activity?
Well, I called the court just so I can get the result of the kids in Savannah and just move on with our lives, and no more cheating, no more nothing, just us taking care of the kids.
And now, it all comes down to the DNA results. If the child is his, the husband will have a tough decision to make: stay with a woman who repeatedly betrays him or walk away. Either way, the truth is about to change everything.
Mr. White, you are her father.
Case 2, Miss L.A. Steambridge is being accused of the ultimate betrayal, sleeping with her boyfriend's best friend and roommate. Mr. Buchanan claims it all happened while he was behind bars. Now he's in court, demanding clarity about the baby and the truth behind her actions.
That's why I was sleeping with your girl while you locked up.
Okay, that wasn't exactly the news.
Nah, not really, no. And who wants to hear that? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that serious. You know, I'm a serious kind of guy. I expect people to be able to.
He says the trust they once had has completely vanished. What started as a stable relationship has spiraled into suspicion, resentment, and doubts about paternity. The fact that the alleged affair involves his closest friend only deepens the sting.
Which is breaking the brother code, all right? You don't drink. I don't care if it's a supermodel. You ain't drinking. This must supposed to be my best friend. You know, you had the right to say, all right? If
So
it's
you
peer
blaming?
pressure.
Miss Steambridge carries the weight of the blame in this situation. She was the one in a committed relationship, and Mr. Buchanan points out that loyalty should have been her responsibility.
I was cool with that. I threw that out the window, all right? Cool. You had a few beers. I can understand. That's cool. I understand. All right. But then check this out. All right. She kind of picked me up. She kind of picked me up. All right. We get home, or we on the way home, and I'm looking at them. They both nervous.
Things heated up when Mr. Buchanan discovered they had been drinking together. He thought it was nothing serious at first, maybe even a one-time slip-up. But the casual nature of their behavior made him wonder, were they really hiding something?
She told me about the beer, so when you picked me up, why didn't you fair warn me about the liquor before I got home? Why are you gonna let me find out by myself? Because you forgot.
I didn't forget too much. It was still there, weren't it? I didn't forget too much.
First, the best friend tells you he slept with your girl.
He claims that sharing drinks might seem harmless, but to him, it symbolized something much deeper. If she could enjoy those with another man, especially knowing how she behaves when tipsy, then the lines between friendship and infidelity had been crossed.
From my ex, all right? My ex is who I was dating before her. All right, I get a phone call. I'm like, yeah, what's up? Okay. Oh, I need to check my girl. Why I need to check my girl? Nah, you need to check your girl. She was laid up in your best friend's bed while you were locked up.
He didn't stop there. Mr. Buchanan added that she wore revealing outfits around the roommate and even lay in the same bed while he wasn't home. To him, those details painted a picture of total disrespect, one that he couldn't ignore anymore.
Come on, up to the podium, please. Now, Mr. Buchanan says that you witnessed firsthand some very inappropriate behavior.
That was not
Miss
going
Girl,
on.
what exactly did you witness?
Did I witness when I walked in?
As the testimony unfolded, you could see the tension between them. Miss Steambridge gave him looks that could cut glass, while he tried to mix anger with declarations of love. At moments, it felt less like a paternity trial and more like a messy episode of couples therapy.
To go to sleep unless she has me laying in that bed with her.
He is a great father,
You
Your
have tears
Honor.
in your eyes as
Yeah, that's my life.
not your biological daughter. What will you do?
If it ain't mine,
They clearly can't continue living in this cycle of suspicion and arguments. Something has to give. Mr. Buchanan is left with one choice: either believe in her and move forward, or accept the possibility of betrayal and walk away.
Your girlfriend or your ex? Now, the problem is this. We're down and you were to know what to believe, to talk to, and she could tell you what she maybe or maybe not saw. You have Ms. McNeil in your ear.
And then comes the heart of the Matertha little girl. He loves her deeply and wants to be her father. But the looming question remains: is she biologically his child or the product of a devastating betrayal? The DNA results will reveal everything.
You are. Thank you.
That's a blessing.
Case 3. Miss Petty finds herself in a storm of chaos after juggling 2 men at the same time, her ex and her current boyfriend. One connection was for revenge, the other tied to the child she already shares. But when emotions and lies collide, truth has a way of surfacing.
The reason I doubt her is because she was sleeping around with me and Peter at the same time. The only reason I started messing around with her was to get my son.
You have an older child together, so you were messing around with her to get him.
The way you got...
After having a child with her ex, the logical move would have been to co-parent and move forward separately. Instead, she decided to dip back into the past while starting something new. That tangled web of choices is exactly why they're now in court.
I mean, she was on birth control. Yeah, I tried to stop messing with her, but every time I stopped messing with her, she'll go ahead and bring up like, well, you can't see your son and all this. You ain't gonna be able to. I don't want him to come over there because it's unsafe. And when you refer to Peter,
that's Mr. Daniel.
Yes, Mr. Daniel. My bad.
Your contention is that he never really got over you and...
Commitment clearly doesn't hold the same meaning for Miss Petty. Instead of choosing stability, she kept bouncing back and forth, never truly letting go of her ex. The fact that it all happened unprotected makes the mess even harder to untangle.
And they were sleeping with each other unprotected.
All right, let's calm down. Let's calm down. I want to look at this young lady because I feel like I'm watching a tennis match. My neck's just going back and forth, and you right here in the middle.
The courtroom is buzzing, and Judge Lake struggles to control the back and forth shouting. Miss Petty argues that her current partner signed the birth certificate fully aware of past issues, yet her actions tell another story. Why stand with a man if the lies keep stacking up?
He don't care no way. He don't want to be around for the chance, like, to get to know him. He avoided child support. He avoided DNA testing for my daughter. In St. Louis, I told him.
She insists the truth is obvious and that her boyfriend must already feel it in his gut. But what if he doesn't? What if the uncertainty is eating away at him daily, leaving him unsure whether he's raising his own child or someone else's?
Afraid I was going to hear that.
All she was trying to do was break a relationship. She was just trying to break up my relationship.
How am I breaking up his relationship?
Because anytime.
I didn't call you and say, come over and have sex. You called me, I'm coming to get my son, but...
Meanwhile, Mr. Balithiexis acting as though he's completely innocent in this chaos. But let's be real, he played his part too. He knew exactly what he was doing when he went back to her bed, and pretending otherwise won't erase his role.
Avoiding the DNA test. He's not avoiding it, but why can't Mr. Daniel take it right then and there? Why can't you take it?
Like, if he feel like he's the father, he been there the whole time. All I'm doing is taking care of my son and my daughter.
Well,
that's what I've been doing.
Now the DNA test stands as the ultimate judge. Neither man can dodge accountability anymore. What's shocking is that one of them didn't even want the test at first because another man had already stepped in to play father.
Did you know that she had been having a sexual relationship with Mr. Ball as well?
She told me before because of the situation when we got together.
Okay.
So she told me that time.
But through the entire pregnancy, you were there. You were there at the birth.
Yes.
You cut the umbilical cord?
Yes.
Miss Petty swears it was only once, but can we really take her word for it? If Mr. Daniels, the boyfriend, has bonded with the child all this time, imagine the devastation if the truth rips that connection away in 1 second.
So when's the last time you and Mr. Ball had a sexual relationship?
Last week.
It was not last week. The last time we had a sexual relationship is when she said they broke up.
Mr. Daniel, I see you.
It doesn't help that these two seem addicted to each other's drama. They were reportedly together just last week. If that's true, then it's no wonder Mr. Daniels feels like he's been dragged into a never-ending triangle.
Looking around to see what's going on, I see her hand. He's laying down. Her hands is in his boxers.
What? Okay. It's from the look on your face that you all had another sexual encounter that day.
I wasn't even trying to that day.
But I
promise you.
Things take a wild turn when details about her hands wandering where they shouldn't are revealed. She already has a man who loves her and takes care of her child, yet she risks it all for fleeting moments with others. What more is she searching for?
If she's not mine, for Mr. Daniel. But if she is mine, it's of both of my children. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a better parent than both of them. Because
he a better parent than both of us. Well, my son was in the hospital in the ER. I said, can you please?
My son is 3 years old.
And here's the final twist: both men want custody of the child now. The boy is 3, and his future hangs in the balance. Is the father Mr. Daniels, who's been there every day, or Mr. Ballet, who can't seem to cut ties? The answer lies in those DNA results.
Mr. Ball, you are her father.
Case 4, Mr. Murray has brought his wife, Miss Brown Murray, to court with heavy accusations. He believes that during her time serving in the Army, she was unfaithful and that the child they're raising might not be his.
You say you stand before me out outraged because your husband has accused you of infidelity while serving in Iraq. Furthermore, you claim he now doubts paternity of your child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Being away in the military often means long separations and plenty of new faces around. But distance alone shouldn't automatically equal infidelity. So why is Mr. Murray so convinced that betrayal happened while she was gone?
Him every day. I Skyped with him every day. We would Skype every day, and when I wasn't able to, there was a bomb going off or something that I would have to get in the bunker and for hours and hours. So if there wasn't a time, then I would be in the bunker, and then I would get back to him the next day.
Miss Brown Murray maintains she stayed loyal every step of the way. She says phone calls and reassurances were constant, proving her commitment. But if that's true, then what sparked such deep doubts in her husband's heart?
A lot of men's on basically younger men. Keep in mind, I'm 22 years older than my wife, so that has a lot to do with me being guilty or bad conscience.
Because you wanted to be with someone younger.
Yes, I lost 20 pounds not eating.
From his perspective, the fear of being replaced kept gnawing at him. He admitted to the judge that he hated the long separation and couldn't shake the feeling that his wife might have been drawn to someone else while away.
Young boy told me, he said, this is when I really got worried. He said, Mary's world, when they overseas, they have a group of people, and that group got to stay each other. If they're there for 2 years, who are you going to see for 2 years? He said, yeah, there's married people.
It got worse when he started talking with fellow military members. They made comments that fueled his suspicions, leaving him spiraling into paranoia. Mr. Murray, it seems, is the type to let his mind run wild until it consumes him.
Mr. Murray, be honest, this situation it's been bothering you. Consuming you so that you've done some research, questions, and trying to figure out what are the dynamics that go on in the military. And you brought a witness, can attest to just that.
To back up his concerns, he even brought in a witness. That's when the story took a surprising turn. According to the witness, there are certain missions where soldiers must act single, without ties, for the sake of the job. Could that be what sparked his confusion?
Well, first and foremost, I don't want to bring any discredit upon the military because the actions of soldiers, they do not reflect the military. But there are a lot of times where you join the military and you're away from home, and so the first thing you can do is cling to people who are around you. You develop a camaraderie.
Then came the shocker, something his wife allegedly said that completely rattled him. The words cut deep and his anger boiled over in court. But what if he misunderstood her entirely? Could this all be a case of misplaced assumptions?
Why is he calling you? Oh, just make sure I'm doing okay. Make sure you're doing okay? Well, is something wrong? No. And then that was the end of that conversation.
He called me because he wanted to make sure I was okay, that I made it home alive. He left
She stands firm, insisting that nothing inappropriate ever happened. The conversation in question, she explains, was with a friend and was blown out of proportion. Her story hasn't wavered, even under the courtroom spotlight.
Your husband are being flirtatious. And if anyone would know how you sound are flirting, it would be your husband.
Yes, but that's not the case.
But you weren't flirting.
No.
Looking at Mr. Murray's personality, it's clear he struggles with trust. His doubts might stem more from insecurity than actual evidence. Still, in marriages, suspicions can be just as damaging as betrayal itself.
Servicemen, even if they're members of the opposite sex and married, is that common to continue those relationships because of the bonds while you were serving together?
Absolutely, because a lot of times when we go to work.
At the end of the day, appearances and hearsay don't prove anything. The child may or may not resemble him, but looks alone never confirm paternity. That's why the DNA test is the only truth that matters here.
Even with the doubt of good father, he still takes care of her.
I have other kids. All my kids is a split image of me. She doesn't too much look like me. She's bad like me when I was that age.
Now all eyes turn to the results. If the child is his, then he'll need to confront the insecurities that nearly destroy his marriage. If not, then the heartbreak in this courtroom will be unlike anything either of them has faced before.
That you are her father.
Thank you. Thank you.
My niece.
Case 5, Miss Horton and the man she's always believed to be her father have brought her mother, Miss Conrad, to court. Both doubt her honesty and believe secrets about her past could reveal a shocking truth that Mr. Horton may not be her real father. This case is about to get messy.
Horton,
yes,
you and the man you have always believed is your dad have dragged your mother to court because you say she was never faithful. So neither of you believes that the man standing next to you is your biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Conrad.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim you've given the plaintiffs no reason to doubt that he is her biological father, and today's results will prove your case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's not often that we see both a father and daughter stand together against the mother in a paternity dispute. Mr. Horton admits he's raised Miss Horton like his own child, but his suspicions have haunted him for years. Could his fears finally be confirmed?
He's not your biological father, and yet you're hoping that he is.
I'm praying, yes.
I'm hoping she is too, but right here every day, she's not your daughter. Why you taking care of her? Why you taking her? You know when I was running around, you know about Papa here all the time.
You hear this all the time?
Yeah, all the time.
The core of the problem lies in Mr. Horton's claim that Miss Conrad was involved with multiple men while also being intimate with him. With so many overlapping timelines, he finds it hard to believe his daughter is biologically his.
Time we were in the house, I acted like I was going to work at an apartment across the street and walked around the back and snuck in the basement. She was sneaking out the door to go across the street with some guy. One time we lived in an apartment, and a friend of mine, we were sitting there partying, and I seen him give me the eye. And I said, I'm not stupid. That's okay, so I went acting like I was going to bed. I heard the door shut, real quiet. I knocked on the door, I said, let me in.
Miss Conrad doesn't deny her affairs, but she insists her husband is confused about the timing. According to her, those relationships didn't cross into the period when Miss Horton was conceived. Still, her words don't seem to ease his doubts.
There's many stuck out of it in her, she'd be a porcupine, and that's the way I look at it.
That was wrong.
I just got that. Okay, we want to be respectful in the courtroom.
I'm trying to be respectful. That's why I put it nicely.
Miss Conrad, this is really upsetting you now. Why?
Yeah, because it's not true.
It is so true.
I'm not like that.
The tension escalates when Mr. Horton throws harsh insults in court. Regardless of her choices, the way he described her was shocking and unnecessary. Judge Lauren wasn't too pleased, for after all, this is still a courtroom.
Can I say something, please? Sometimes I've been having doubts because I look at my face, and I've been trying for years, to get a DNA test, but I wasn't able to at the time because my mom didn't feel comfortable going, but I can understand my mom because she don't want any trouble, and I'm not here to, make anybody upset or nothing, but...
Caught in the middle is Miss Horton, the one suffering most from this war of words. She told the judge she doesn't want to take sides. All she wants is peace and clarity to know once and for all who her father truly is.
Especially as judge of this courtroom, is that everyone has a side. And there are parts of their sides of the story that make sense. Our jury is the DNA, which means that's going to be the deciding factor.
Yes, ma'am. Look, I didn't bring her here, Miss Judge. I didn't bring Miss Conrad here. She was the one to call the court.
Yes, I'm the one I called.
But I want to say this to you. The paternity question is important to resolve.
Judge Lauren emphasized how unfair this situation is. At 26 years old, Miss Horton should not still be questioning her parentage. Both parents had years to clear the air, yet they left her living with unanswered questions.
Here, the man would have blonde hair. The man would have blue eyes. My daughter's got blue eyes. The birthmark I caught, or beauty mark, what they're going to call it, had the same mark, the same spot. I don't know for sure, but I've heard. That's the only one I know for sure. The rest of them I can tell you I knew for sure.
So this mailman delivered your mail every day?
Yes.
And has blonde hair, blue eyes, and a birthmark?
Yes.
The same features as your daughter?
Yes.
Then came a bombshell mister. Horton presented evidence that suggested another man could be the father. According to him, Miss Conrad had an affair with a man whose features strikingly resemble Miss Horton. The resemblance left the court stunned.
Did I see any papers? Did I see any papers?
Let alone who I slept with?
Excuse me.
Hold on. Basically, Mr. Horton believes that this man, this mailman, with blonde hair, blue eyes, and a birthmark in pretty much the same position as your daughter's, could potentially be your daughter's father. You're saying that's not true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Conrad quickly denied this and insisted a DNA test was already done years ago, proving Mr. Horton was the father. But she couldn't provide physical proof of the results, leaving everyone wondering if she was simply covering her tracks.
Father saying, from the day you were born, he has always questioned paternity. Have you felt that growing up?
Honestly, no. Oh, not at all.
You never felt it?
I never felt it, but as I got older, like when I turned let's say 25, I kind of did have doubts, but my boyfriend said I looked like him. A lot of him said I looked like him.
Interestingly, much of the suspicion began because of Miss Horton's appearance. Her blue eyes sparked endless rumors and fueled Mr. Horton's doubts. Yet despite everything, he never treated her differently and always loved her as his daughter.
Years, she may have gotten bits and pieces of things. The milkman baby joke. You don't look like daddy. Her looking at her own self in the mirror. And what I'm saying is circumstantially, she has put together her pretty much a case where she doesn't know if the man she has always thought is her father.
From the very start, Miss Horton was emotional, holding back tears in court. The pain of not knowing the truth has weighed on her for years. At this point, only the DNA results can finally put this painful chapter to rest.
Mr. Horton, you are the father.
Oh my God! Yes! Mommy, you were right!
Case 6. Miss Lindsay steps into court with years of frustration bottled up. She says her mother has hidden the truth about her real father for far too long. Now she claims she's found him and is determined to prove it once and for all.
See, you say that after years of lies from your mother and uncertainty about who your father is, you believe you finally found him.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say everyone in town, including his family, knows Mr. Dannenbrink is your father, and you intend to prove that today. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
The man in question is Mr. Dannenbrink, but he's not buying it. He flat out denies being her father, saying his relationship with Miss Lindsay's mother was nothing more than a messy on-and-off fling. Afterward, she would disappear without explanation.
Okay, so about 35 years ago, my mom does admit to having a child with Mr. Dannenbrink. And
how many years ago?
About 35, around there.
Okay.
And when I was about 16 years old, an ex of Mr. Dannenbrink's came to my house and accused me of being the child that they had had together. And when I had asked my mother about that, she told me no, that it wasn't true.
According to Miss Lindsay, things get even stranger. She recalls how one of Mr. Dannenbrink's ex-girlfriends accused her of being the child who destroyed their relationship. For her, that was just another sign pointing toward the truth.
But you'd never met that man?
No, I still haven't, so I don't know who that is.
Okay, proceed.
So about 4 or 5 years ago, we all pretty much met up again in church, and I knew that Mr. Dannenbrink was the person that I had thought, or at least was accused of being the child of, but I was too nervous to approach him for pretty much rejection, and so I just left it alone, and then my mother and him had started talking again.
And here's the kicker, mister. Dannenbrink wasn't some distant stranger. He was literally her neighbor. Growing up next door to the man she believed was her father only made her suspicions stronger when her mother refused to give clear answers.
Ms. Hampton?
Yes.
What was the nature of your relationship with Mr. Dannenbrink? Were you just dating, committed?
Your Honor, this was like in the late 70s, and we dated off and on, and I was involved with somebody else, and he was involved with somebody else. 5 years ago, we met back up and started having conversations.
Over time, Miss Lindsay says she was able to build a bond with him when her mother and Mr. Dannenbrink reconnected. Oddly enough, the two adults are now close friends, which is unusual given their rocky past. That friendship kept the door open for her to be around him.
Did you know about the pregnancy?
I did not, Your Honor. She never told me that she was pregnant. She never told me I even had a child.
You didn't
Your
tell
Honor,
him you were
Your
pregnant?
Honor, I had no reason to tell him because he's not father.
So you were confident of that?
Yes, I am 100%.
But were you sleeping with Mr. Dannenbrink during the window of conception?
Despite all this, Mr. Dannenbrink maintains his stance. He claims Miss Hampton, Miss Lindsay's mother, never told him about any pregnancy, and he insists he has no reason to think Lindsay is his daughter.
Your Honor, she was born at 5 1/4 pounds.
All of your children have been small.
She was premature.
Mr. Dannenbrink?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you agree with the dates set forth on this calendar?
I really couldn't tell you because back then it was hectic. I mean, I had so much going on.
Miss Hampton admits she kept things from him, but she argues it was because she was certain he wasn't the father. She even revealed that during those years, Mr. Dannenbrink was living a wild lifestyle of drugs and casual encounters, making timelines nearly impossible to pin down.
A relationship with Miss Hampton last?
We got together. We were together for maybe a couple of weeks, and then she disappeared. And then we meet again a few years later. So it was like that.
So you all just were kind of sex partners?
Yes.
Just
correct, Your Honor.
Whatever.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know. What's the word?
Both parties admit there was no love in their relationship. It was purely physical. That leaves even more questions about whether Lindsay's existence could really tie back to him.
Doctors did say that I was born a month early, but they also said that I was going to be a boy the entire time she was pregnant with me. So they could have been wrong. Second thing, my mom does admit to having a child with Mr. Dannenbrink. Throughout my life, though, the dates have kind of changed a little bit. I remember at one time it was that she was an older sister.
Then came a shocking twist. Miss Hampton confessed she once carried a child for Mr. Dannenbrink, but says it ended in stillbirth. That revelation left everyone stunned, especially since she never shared it with him at the time.
Public forensic records place, there's no proof of her birth or death.
I don't know why there wouldn't be any record of her birth and death, but I do have an autopsy report.
Have you seen this report?
No, because it's not the first time. She didn't technically lie about another brother, but she didn't tell me about another brother. She got pregnant and gave him up for adoption.
Miss Lindsay was horrified to hear that. She said it explained why she could never trust her mother's words. If her mother could keep something that heartbreaking secret, how could she possibly believe anything else she said about her father?
I had a big hole and I filled it with a lot of things that probably weren't the right things to fill it with. I'm still searching for that father figure. I had a stepdad at one point that abandoned me as well, so.
And so you had a relationship.
Yes.
With your stepfather.
For a small time until he had his own child with my mom, and then I still was the stepchild.
For Miss Lindsay, the absence of a father growing up left a huge void. But strangely, she always had a close friend to lean on, who just so happened to be Mr. Danenbrink's son. The irony of potentially being so close to her half-brother all along was not lost on the courtroom.
We're good friends?
Yes.
Just friends, I hope.
Yes, Your Honor. That goes through my head, trust and believe me. Not knowing exactly who my dad is, it does go through my head as to which ones I've dated might have been. So I just try not to think about that.
Finally, the moment of truth arrives. With emotions running high, the DNA results are revealed. After years of secrecy, speculation, and painful lies, the truth about Miss Lindsay's father is about to come out in the open.
You are not her father.